I'm Kanisha. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to talk about Sense8 Season 2, Episode 2. Of course, I want to start with Angelica. I know I've said this a bunch of times, but I love having her in these episodes. I just feel like Angelica represents something that I always look forward to, and I always, well, not always, but I always hope that Angelica could bring more answers to whatever is happening with BPO and Whispers and why any of this is happening in the first place. So I love seeing Angelica. It's weird to me that Angelica kind of showed up this episode. It's just like in one of the earlier scenes, she is with Will, and there was that flashback about Whispers running some kind of experiment or something. And Angelica is kind of there to, I guess, warn Will about what is happening. I'm a little confused about whose memory that was. I think it was Whispers, and I think Will is digging and trying to figure out who he is, so he stumbled upon that memory, I guess. It's interesting to me that Angelica was there to apologize, to warn Will about... Okay. I had been thinking that Angelica was warning Will and might have been showing Will like part of what Whispers is doing and why Whispers is on this mission to find his cluster in the first place. But now that I'm kind of thinking about it a little deeper, I'm not really sure what Angelica was doing. I don't think it was a warning. She was there. She was there apologetic, but not giving any sort of answers or hints about what's happening. And she tells Will that he has to stop it. Don't know what that's about. Now I'm kind of wondering, does Whispers does he want to continue on with these experiments? Is that BPO's goal? And thus Whispers is sent out to collect them? I don't know. I want to know what's happening. I want to figure it out, but there's no way I'm going to be able to figure this out. I'm wondering if BPO wants to continue doing whatever experiment that was with Whispers in the flashback. And does Whispers need more Sense8s to do it? Or was that the guy in the flashback that was the, I guess, I don't know, dummy? Was that just like a regular old Homo sapien, or was he a Sense8? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, having Angelica in the beginning was interesting, and I love seeing her. But now it kind of brings up some more questions that I have. Like, was that even BPO? Was that some other organization? I feel like I need to assume it was BPO. So I guess I'll just go with that. But what does BPO want? Like, what do they know about the Sense8s? What's the point of finding these Sense8s? Initially, I thought Whispers was using the Sense8s for his own gain to commit whatever crimes he wanted. Because he could take over their bodies like he did with Niles and kind of puppeteer them and do whatever he wanted. Like he could steal or whatever, commit fraud and all kinds of stuff. So that's what I thought initially. But then Nomi was digging, and maybe Whispers just wants to kill them, and that didn't make any sense to me and still doesn't make sense. So now is the show starting to reveal some other I don't know, initiative or mission with BPO in finding Sense8? So I'm clueless. Looking forward to seeing like what is happening. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I'm looking forward to getting more information. And I really want, I don't know what it is about Angelica. I really don't know like why I've kind of attached some hope to her. But I have, and I like seeing her, and I wish she could talk to her children more often, like she did with Sun. And she doesn't show up for very long. And I think Jonas mentioned because Angelica birthed this cluster now, they have a connection to her memories or something like that. But it really felt like with Sun in season 1, it really felt like Angelica was talking to her. And now in this episode, it did feel like Angelica was talking to Will and not just, I don't know, remembering experiences that she had. So I wish she would talk more. No idea if this is possible because it's all made up, but I would love to see it. I like seeing Angelica, even though I don't totally understand why, but I like it. So I hope she shows up more, and I hope she can give her kids more information about BPO and Whispers and what the hell is going on. I kind of feel like I should apologize to Will because when he was getting interrogated by Whispers in that room, I felt like he got bamboozled. It just seemed like maybe it's just Whispers was really good at selling it, but it did feel like Will was set up to believe something that wasn't true with the outlet and everything. So the show got me. I did feel like Will was sort of out of his depth, whatever. Like he was in over his head on this sort of mission to discover who Whispers really is. But it turned out to be right, so good job, Will. Sorry I doubted you. And it turns out that he was tricking Whispers with all the Icelandic stuff that they had in that church, I guess. It was cool to see the speaker with the seagulls. It was cool that Riley's dad was able to smuggle that. I'm not sure what that was. I think maybe it was yogurt or something. Whatever product that was. They were able to smuggle it to their new location. So that was all great to see, and I'm very happy that they were able to hide out from Whispers in like a very strategic and intelligent way. And Will manages to take it a step further by compromising Whispers. I'm happy that they got there, like, especially after everything Will has sacrificed. He's probably given up the most out of everyone, especially with his trip to Iceland and all the aftermath. So he's done so much to keep all of the Sense8s hidden and relatively safe from BPO. I really hope Will doesn't get hooked on the drugs. Like, I hope that there's going to be like a happy ending for everyone, but because of the lengths that Will has gone through to protect his Sense8 siblings, I just hope that his life after fighting BPO is like a good one, because he's done so much and he kind of got thrown into this world very unexpectedly, and it's, they're all just trying to do their best. So I really hope that Will ends up being okay when all this is over. I don't know if the series ends at season 2. I don't know what's happening after season 2, so I hope it's good. I don't think there's a season 3 on Netflix, so I don't know about that, but I just hope Will ends up being okay, because he's doing so much for everyone and to protect them. And who knows, I'm interested to know how many other Sense8 clusters there are. In this episode, we did sort of meet the Professor Kalovi, and he mentions that he thinks there are more, there might be some more homosensoriums that exist, but I really wonder how many of them there actually are, and how many are in a cluster. There's a lot of this. It's probably not important for this story that the show's trying to tell, but I'm very curious about how this works and how it happened. But yeah, if the show ever had an episode about that, I'd be very psyched to see it. I'd love to get answers to some of this stuff. It's really, I think it's interesting. This sort of, I don't know if this counts as sci-fi, but I guess it's maybe adjacent, but I like this. I like this genre of story, so I would love for my questions to be answered about what the Sense8s are, how they exist, and all of that, but I went on a tangent and forgot where I was. Oh, I was talking about Will. So yeah, it was great to see Will, Naomi figure out where Matheson was. It turns out Will was right on the money with that interrogation scene, and Whispers did not actually trick Will. He was right. So I'm glad they got him, and now I have no idea what's gonna happen next. And what does it mean? What are the Sense8s going to do when they get Whispers? Wolfgang is a likely candidate to end up being a killer, but I have a feeling that killing Whispers isn't going to shut down BPO. So what can Naomi and Will and everyone else do to stop BPO, or stop them from being chased? I don't think they have a plan. I think they're gonna figure it out when they get there. That feels like the vibes of this group, so maybe that's how it'll go. But yeah, it's nice to see that they got Whispers in this episode. Whispers tells Will that this is a war. I think that happened in that interrogation scene. I really want to know what this means. Who is fighting who? Is it Sense8s versus other Sense8s? Is it Sense8s versus humans? Is there some other groups of people that are fighting? This is a war. I'm really struggling to understand what's happening, because it seems like Jonas was telling Will that he wanted to make sure his kind were protected and don't go extinct. When they were talking in the I guess that was a museum or something. That felt like that was the impression I got from that conversation about why Jonas was protecting them and, you know, was going against whatever Whispers wanted. So I'm really confused, and I mean, I don't think I have any information to figure this out, so I'm not going to. I really want to figure this out. But yeah, the war could be any number of things, but if it is a war, I wonder what the winner gets. Like, is this really a case of survival for the Sense8? And Clovey did mention how the Homo sapiens, like, wiped out all the other early human ancestors. So maybe this is just a continuation. That's what the war is. But why is Whispers with BPO and supposedly killing Sense8? I don't know. It probably has something to do with that flashback at the beginning with the neural transfer or whatever. I still really want to know if that guy that Whispers was controlling, was he a human? And is there some kind of ploy to make humans into Sense8s? I don't know. That would be interesting. That would be really interesting to me if that's what Whispers and BPO are up to make more Sense8s instead of killing them off. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Can't wait to find out. I'm curious if this episode will be the last Sara Patrell mention or appearance. Will, Nomi, and Neat go to Sara Patrell's mom, and I mean, they're investigating Whispers, I think, and trying to find connections to him. So I guess that's why they're there. I guess that's mostly why they're there. But Will has a message for Sarah's mom. So I'm surprised Sara has gotten this far as like story mileage, if that makes sense. I wasn't sure if Sara was just going to be a season 1 detail, I guess. And I don't know if there's going to be any more Sara Patrell, because Will says Whispers killed her. I'm still like so confused about what the hell is the point of BPO, and why would a Sense8 be snuffing out other Sense8s if this is a war? I don't know, thoroughly confused. But Will tells Sarah's mom that he's going to continue like trying to get justice for her, for whatever happened to her. I'm so confused about what the hell Whispers is doing. Why is he a Sense8 and killing Sense8s? It's baffling to me. And oh man, I'm gonna be so happy when I get that answer, because I can't imagine what it would take for someone to do what he's doing. If that is what he's doing, I don't know. But back to Sara. I wonder if Sara is going to be able to communicate like more often with Will, or at least communicate like what happened to her. How did it happen? Who else might have been involved? Like, could her memories and experiences help Will as Will keeps trying to get closer to Whispers? Could there be some kind of, I don't know, memory that unlocks and Will, I don't know, just get some more information about who is involved with BPO? Because all we know about right now is Whispers, and they don't really know his name. And then we saw this episode, Angelica was, well, we already knew before Angelica and Jonas were working with Whispers, but Angelica was also doing some kind of experiments or a part of some kind of science department or something. And Angelica was some, I don't remember what her title was. Was it ecologist? If something, some kind of scientist. I wonder if Jonas is a scientist. He's never said anything about it, I don't think. So, maybe. But maybe Sara Patrell and her experiences can help Will like find more people who are involved in BPO. It feels like season 1 kind of set up Whispers as the number 1 bad guy. But even in this episode, we realize Whispers does answer to some other people, and it seems like in the flashback he has some kind of board of directors or some kind of group of people that he has to answer to. So I'm interested to see if Sara can help them find more people who are like executives of BPO. So that would be nice to see. Moving on to LHD, I really like that Lito and Danny were able to convince Hernando to go to the premiere. It seems like he had been missing out and really wanted to go to all of the previous premieres that Lito went to. So I'm glad he got to go, but it was disappointing, I think, to say the least. The turnout for the movie, the reception, I think, for the movie. And I guess that's just, like, how it is, like, where Lito lives. They're in Mexico. So I guess that's just how it is there. Yeah, I don't know. But it's unfortunate to see, and it's unfortunate that kind of this big moment for Lito is sort of been... it's like getting made fun of and not taken as seriously, or it's not being celebrated like it probably should be. So that's a bummer to see. I did really like the response Lito and Coffee has had to their simultaneous interviews. That was really well done. I really liked that scene. I really liked how it was shot and cut. And, of course, the other Sense8s, made their appearances and could hear the interview. So that was really... I thought that was a great scene. Those interviews. it was weird that Mariana, I think that was her name, the woman interviewing Leto, her microphone head was gigantic. And I don't know if it was like that in previous episodes with Leto at a red carpet. I know that there was another appearance of her in season 1, but I didn't go back to see what her microphone looked like. But this episode, it was giant, and I don't know. I don't know why that happened. I don't know why any company would make a microphone like that. So it was weird how big it was. I don't know if that's supposed to mean something with Leto and the pictures of cat. I don't know what that's about. But it was weird, and I don't know. I guess I wanted to bring it up. It was cool to see Capheus get interviewed by. Actually, I don't remember what the station was, but it was cool to see him get interviewed, and it was so not cool for that woman to like go into the interview and just kind of be nasty. I mean, nasty is a bit exaggerated, but she wanted to prove a point to him. And she kind of was just being negative about what he was doing and like what he means to the community. Like it all didn't matter because it was celebrating like some white savior character. So I'm glad she got schooled by Capheus and Leto with their responses to her questions. But I'm glad that Capheus is like in a good place. I guess superpower, the gang is totally gone. I had doubts about that, but I guess they are gone. They got the new Van Damme with Silas's money, so like things are looking up for him, and it was nice to see that the woman interviewing him, I do not remember her, Zakia? I think that's it. I'll just call her Z to be safe. But Z comes back to him. I'm glad that she apologized and that she understood, like she recognized, like there's no like small accomplishments, I think. And it was nice to see her kind of warm up to Capheus's optimism and his courage to see the beauty in the world, even though he's been through several terrible things. So I'm glad Z was able to like set aside her own perspective and consider like a new one with Capheus. So that was great to see. So those are really all of the major things I wanted to talk about for this video. I think the last thing before I go, let me know in the comments. Mariana's microphone. Too big, too little, or just right? So let me know what you think. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this video. As thanks for watching, I want to give you this wallpaper art I made. I think we could all use more queer art in our lives. Just click the link in the description to get it now.